10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage P80 et décollage VV12 Aeolus. La propulsion est nominale. La trajectoire est nominale, la propulsion du P80 est nominale.
The DDO says all is fine on board. You saw Vega take off like a shot. I'm always amazed. It took her about 3 seconds to cross my computer screen here. 3 seconds, rising like an arrow. Surprisingly fast if you're used to watching the Ariane 5 liftoff. Ariane 5, of course, raises into the air much more slowly, weighs 6 times what Vega does, carrying 4 times as much propellant. Fine shots of her rising into the light clouds. All is well on board, says the DDO. Vega weighing 138 tons at liftoff as she lifts off from French Guiana, beginning the 12th mission in her career. They call her the light launcher at 138 tons, but I guess that's relative. The first stage is burning now. She weighs 97 tons. 88 tons of that are fuel. Most of any launcher's weight is propellant in any system that we're using today. The first stage burns its single engine for about 2 minutes before being jettisoned. Maybe we'll be able to see that as our camera is tracking Vega, because visibility is pretty good. First stage is produced in Colleferro near Rome, then delivered to the French Guiana plant here, where it's loaded with fuel and transferred to the booster integration building. You probably saw some of that on the video on the launcher campaign. And having returned with a big smile on his face before separation is Martin Caspers. So, how was it?
Incredible.
Tell us.
You see it, you feel it, and all the emotion that comes loose. It's great.
You're laughing.
No, it's not laughter. Yes, it's laughter, but also a cry.
Did you cry? Did you shed a tear?
I did shed a tear.
That's good. What impressed you the most? The sound, the speed, the light, what?
The light was so bright. I had not expected that from such a small launcher. I saw the Galileo or the Ariane launch, but this was much brighter than I had expected.
It's like Times Square out there. You can read a newspaper. All right, very good. Come down and watch a launch, folks, if you haven't already. P80, first stage separation has come on time. The second stage is burning. We're into the second stage burn, called second stage the Z23, Z for Zefiro. Burns its solid rocket motor for 86 seconds. Avio, of course, responsible for production, integration, and testing of both second and third stages.
Et propulsion du Z23, parfaitement nominale.
Vega's launching north, going into a sun-synchronous orbit. Why do we need that sort of an orbit?
We need it for Aeolus, for the instrument, for Aladdin. We want to have a dusk-to-dawn orbit, so that we're always in the sunlight, and it's also the best way to measure the wind profile.
And the orbit is called, they have a name for it, it's ball of yarn orbit, right? Explain that to us.
It is basically, you go north to south pole while the Earth is rotating underneath of you, and in this way you peel off the Earth completely.
You saw separation of the second stage. We're waiting for confirmation by the DDO of the third stage, ignition of the third stage. And there you are, right on time. And coming up next, separation of the fairing. All right on time. We can separate the fairing now because we've made it out of the atmosphere.